Dr. Mama Deborah here.
And we are DiscoverME, RecoverME. So today we're here to talk to you about the virtue of responsibility.
Yes.
So we want you to think about how you use responsibility in all that you do. When you're with your family, when your friends, when you're out and about. How do you use responsibility with yourself? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to hear a story about the virtue of responsibility. All right?
All right. And the story is called The Crow and the Hawk. A crow built a nest on the side of a hill because that crow was preparing to lay eggs. And that crow, in fact, did lay eggs in that nest. It laid 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs in that nest. And the crow did what the crow was supposed to do and sat upon those eggs and was waiting for the day that the eggs would hatch. But the crow got impatient and started saying to itself, when are these eggs going to hatch? Because I am tired of sitting here. And one day the crow flew away. The eggs were still in the nest. They had not hatched. But along came a hawk. And a hawk saw the nest and saw that there were eggs in the nest and said to itself, my goodness, the mother must be coming back soon to sit upon her eggs because that's what she has to do. So the hawk flew off and it flew back in a little while and saw that there's nobody sitting atop the eggs in the nest. So the hawk said to itself, I think these eggs have been abandoned. I am going to sit atop these eggs in this nest until they hatch. And that is what the hawk did. The hawk sat on the eggs. The hawk kept the eggs warm. One day, they started hatching. One by one, they came out of their shells. And one by one, they said, Mommy, Mommy. And the hawk was so excited. The hawk continued to nurture those chicks. The hawk found food for the chicks. The hawk kept them warm. The hawk brought water to the chicks. The hawk eventually taught them how to flap their wings and begin to fly. And the time came when they were sitting in the nest and they had such beautiful, black, shiny wings. And the hawk was so excited. But as the hawk was admiring the chicks, the crow came back. And the crow looked and saw how beautiful they were and said, these are my children and I want them back. Now the hawk was shocked like, who are you and where have you been? I sat upon these eggs and kept them warm and hatched them. And the crow said, I want my eggs back. I want my eggs back. And the hawk said, I don't think so. And the crow said, well, we will take this before the eagle, because the eagle was the ruler of the birds, and the eagle would make a decision as to who in fact should be given custody of the crows. So they came upon the eagle, and the hawk, well, the crow told the story first. These were my eggs. I laid these eggs, and I want my eggs back because this hawk is trying to act like they are his. And the hawk simply said, you abandoned them. And the eagle said to the crow, why did you abandon them? And the crow had no answer. And the eagle said, I know how to settle this. We will ask the children, who is their mother? And so the eagle asked the 4 crows, who is your mother? Who is your mother? And they looked towards the hawk and they said, that's our mother. That's the only mother we've ever known. So, because of what the hawk had done in saving the lives of the abandoned eagles. The hawk was awarded custody of those eagles, and the crow had to go on his way. And that is the end of that story.
All right. Thank you so much. So, in listening to that story, we think about the virtue of responsibility. I think it was very apparent the responsibility that the hawk took to take care of those eggs and to take care of those chicks when they hatch. One of the things I like about the interpretation of responsibility, one of the first lines is the willingness to be accountable for your actions.
Okay.
So the hawk didn't have to do what the hawk did.
Did not.
Hawk could have minded his own business,
Kept flying
but
away.
decided to make itself accountable for the well-being of those eggs,
Yeah.
and did so to completion.
Yeah.
Once the eggs were hatched, even when the chicks were young, still maintained that responsibility. And I'll even give credit to the crow. Now, granted, the crow left their post, but it did do what it needed to do at the very beginning, building the nest. So it had some sense of responsibility, just not all the way. Now, one of the other things about responsibility is being able to be accountable for your mistakes and learning from them. So we can only hope that the crow, in losing custody of his children, would learn from his mistakes. That responsibility is not just where you start, but how you finish as well. To see the task to completion. Absolutely.
Yes.
When we think about resilience, which is another important virtue, our responsibility is a great way to maintain that resilience. So we know that we're going to deal with many challenges in our lives, and y'all know that.
Yes.
When it comes to staying in school, when it comes to just being on the right path, there will be many things that will come up in your lives that will want to deviate you from that path. But if you have to, but what helps is to maintain that sense of responsibility, not just to your family, not just to your friends, but to yourself. The responsibility to make sure that you can be the best person that you can be will help you to build that resilience against those things that will come up in your way to deviate you from your path. What you think,
right.
Deborah?
I think that makes perfect sense.
That makes perfect sense?
Perfect sense.
Okay.
Sense. Wow.
All right. So when you think about that responsibility, think about what helps me in maintaining my responsibility is what I want to be, and in my case, being a dad, what I want my son to be. So in order for that to come true, I have to stay on my P's and Q's. I got to make sure I do what I do in order to make sure that everything comes out the way I want it to come out. So that's a way that I am able to maintain my responsibility and also build my resilience against things that may want to deviate me from my path.
And you learned that from a person who did just that. Okay.
Very true.
That's right.
Very
Who did
true.
just
Very
that. Had a plan for my children and saw it through. Okay, saw it through each opportunity that was afforded me to put some different information and experiences in their lives. I did that so that they would be whole and be able to make sound decisions, because I firmly believe the more you know, first of all, the more you grow. But if you have experiences and opportunities from which you can make decisions, because if you have limited experiences, then you make limited decisions. Okay, so I try to broaden their horizons as much as I could, and they turned out pretty good.
We did all right.
We
did all right.
Yeah.
So think about that virtue of responsibility. Think about it, how it intersects with resilience, how responsibility can help to build resilience in your lives, in the tasks that you have to complete, not just on a day-to-day basis, but the task of your lives. What do you want to be? How do you want to achieve that? How do you want to manifest all that you're capable of being?
Yeah, and what are you doing now?
And what are you doing now in order to get on that path? Absolutely. So think about that virtue of responsibility, all right? And we'll see you next time. All right?
Okay.
Peace.
All right.